Hello, and welcome back to the Fire Emblem Talkthrough with me, the Jonin Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader.
Last time, we defeated a guy with a tiny moustache named Burka and broke into Castle Killing. Now we just need to kick everyone else who's in there. And I think we're finding... What was it, Laos? I honestly forget. I haven't played this game a lot. Well, I played this game, but I haven't gone back to this footage in a little while.
Nah, I won't make... Nah, that reference is way too cheap. What am I fighting for?
I can't help but notice you did make the reference. Although then again, there are cheaper ones, so...
Yeah, like all the Pokey references I've been making. Sorry, John.
If you say that in his presence, he's gonna bloody murder you.
Yes, clearly. Just ask Chugga Conroy. Anyway.
Old Josh Jessen. Anyway, yeah, this chapter's a simple break into the castle, although it gets more complicated as it goes down the line, but yeah, we'll get more to that later. The basic strategy is that it's filled with knights and archers, but mostly archers, so because of the narrow corridors, it's best to basically just, well, I think Sven had some of the best in the bell recording, tank your entire way through. Just go in, smash everything you can find.
Meet Wall United.
Yep, that's pretty much the best way to go.
Okay, now I'm imagining I'm attacking everyone with heavy stakes. Anyway.
Wow, you really are sleep deprived, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm rather silly today.
That does not bode well. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's even sillier than usual. Joy, heavenly joy.
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. It's just charged through, and you may wonder why I've got Florina here, even though there are so many archers that can probably fill over loads of holes, but yeah, you'll see why we keep her around it a little bit.
Aside from you being a fanboy, of course.
Yes, aside from being a fanboy, I thought that should be obvious by now. Anyway, we're now introducing a new character who is yet another possible candidate for a new recruit, and this is Raven. Possibly one of the moodiest, angstiest Fire Emblem characters that has ever existed.
Basically, what you need to know is this. He's Sasuke.
Pretty much. I mean, he has the same backstory here. In fact, the gist of this conversation is, I want revenge. I'll join the enemy's side if I can have revenge. Revenge! Revenge!
And every appearance screams, I'm a vigilante, I hate you all.
Pretty much. And you may also notice that Lucius is back from his, on the prologue. Unfortunately, he's a friend of Raven, which means he's gonna do the absolutely stupid thing against his better judgment. I'm
not so sure if he even has better judgment being a friend of Raven's, but never mind.
Yeah.
and wait, that was Lucius? I mistook him for one of the castle maids.
Oh, for goodness. It's a he, alright.
Sorry, you already get said enough.
Yeah, well, I guess, to be fair, you could say that, you could blame it on the fact that Lucius is a monk, so it's one of those things you have to do out of goodwill, and, oh, what's it? Oh no, it's a different, oh no, it's something else that happens in this chapter, and, I was thinking of something else anyway.
Okay then.
I'll leave that as foreshadowing. So yeah, it's pretty much just stomping your way through units as we go. But, oh, and we get a support conversation here, this time between these two old people from the prologue.
Oh, of course. Sane and how has Kent not lost his sanity? He's basically dealing with Zelos, who is never successful.
Yeah, it is true. Basically, Sane is saying his entire fighting strategy is showing off as much as possible so the female members of the group will catch their eye. But actually, kind of thinking of it, I think we've only got 3 female members so far anyway. One of which you really wouldn't want to be with anyways. And kind of thinking of it, I think Rebecca's kind of underage. Oh wait, actually, now that I think about it, there's 5 members. I forgot to count Florina, who again I think is underage, and Lynn, who, well, wouldn't put up with the crap anyways. But yeah, enjoy Kent and Saint's antics while they can, because I tend not to use Cavaliers generally, so this may be the last time you see them after this chapter and possibly the next.
Well, I can understand that. It's more because, well, they don't really specialize in anything, do they? But just tootling straight across the map. That's
pretty much it, yeah. I mean, I prefer to use some specialized classes for myself. Plus, well, some mounted units are kind of, well, they're able to use everything from swords, lances to axes. They're kind of the most versatile, but they also have the most handicaps against them. Like, well, you saw in the outdoor levels, they get slowed down so easily, it's not even fun.
Yeah, and they also have the slight teeny little side effect for the vindictive. Most of the Jagans are mounted units, so screw them.
Yeah, that is true. Has there ever been a Jagan who wasn't a paladin as well?
One in all of the history of the games, a Veil from Fire Emblem 5.
Oh wow.
Ironically, one of the only good Jagans ever.
Well, I think some people keep insisting that Seth was good in Fire Emblem 8. That and Time Out from Fire Emblem 9, but that's...
True, yeah, and I can see where they're coming with Fire Emblem 9. That game's just generally easier, although not quite as pathetic as 8.
Yeah, 8 it was just way too easy to raise up units and that, but... yeah, that's another story for another day. A day far, far in the future that may never come. Anyway...
Foreshadowing, anyway. I think that's foreshadowing.
Can you foreshadow to something that may or may not exist? Anyway, I'll stop being coy and just go back to watching people smash things up. Oh yeah, now I remember. There are 2 things you may want to take note of here. The path starts to split off here, but to the right, it's basically just a shaman and an archer there. But there is treasure, so you may want to send Matthew and possibly one other unit to guard him, just to grab all the items available here.
Yeah, just yoink the shinies, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And I think that, for the first part, that's what I use Florina for, or just to get rid of the shaman. I think... Yeah. It's funny, I haven't been paying attention to the footage, so I forget if I've used Florina for that. No, oh yeah, there I have, the shaman's gone.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got kind of skipped over while you were doing your ass-kicking montage.
Yeah.
Speaking of which... Teleportation?
Speaking of which... but yeah, you may be wondering why Florina's down on the bottom, and... well, again, another dose of foreshadowing. That's something else that comes later in this chapter that can be a bit of a bitch if you're caught off guard, let's just put it that way.
Like you in... well... that might just be me, inevitably, but like I was on my first playthrough whenever I forgot to send someone down there, and well, you'll see.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of being caught off guard...
oh, crap. Oh. That was totally part of the plan.
Yep, yeah. We're like the Joker in The Dark Knight. Everything goes our way, no matter what happens. I had it planned, honestly.
All according to plan.
Yeah, I am gonna get so many people threatening to kill me for that.
Why so serious?
Speaking of other references,
it comes with the character.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess I was the one who brought it up. Anyway. Oh yeah, back to tanking the way through. Eventually the paths go to split again, and yeah, to the right will be Raven, and unfortunately, he will, because he's on the enemy side, he'll attack anyone who comes into his range. So, if you want to recruit him, you have to try not to kill him, and you also have to get one unit in to talk to him. unfortunately, the unit is not only the last one you'd expect unless you use the fortune teller, they're also very easy to break. That unit is Priscilla, the healer.
Yes, the healer made of cardboard.
I didn't realize there were any other type of healers.
Well, I suppose there's Mulder in Fire Emblem 8 who has marginally higher defense.
I suppose. I don't think I ever used him, though.
Yeah, me either.
Okay.
Somehow, for some reason, that mustache just turned me against him. Anyway.
For me, it was just Natasha was cuter. You did not hear that. Moving on. So, yeah, pretty much, the best way to do it is to try and find a unit that can take damage and is weak enough to not kill him, and then just move Priscilla in. But it's a lot trickier than it sounds, and it's even more annoying because if you're on someone like... On my first playthrough, I was so excited to get a chance to recruit Lucius again, not because I used him at all, but just because he felt like an old friend after the prologue. Unfortunately, he will only be recruited if Lord Raven... He can only be recruited by Raven, so basically you're screwed enough.
Yeah, so Priscilla can only recruit Raven. Raven can only recruit Priscilla. What?
No, he can only recruit Lucius.
I just mistook Lucius for a female on our side.
Oh, wow, he really does have it bad.
I'm so sorry, Lucius.
Although, one thing I do actually like here is that the Green Guards here, they've actually done the sensible thing. That, basically, they've waited until someone comes to rescue them and then smuggled the keys to get out.
Yeah, they actually have working brains.
Yeah. So frankly, they're not just units who just sit there and wait for you to do all the work this time. There are soldiers actually doing their jobs.
Yeah, well, they do their job, but just hope there's no enemies in the way, because otherwise, soldier-ay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, but that's why I pretty much moved Kent there, because I just know they're gonna move straight to Raven's path, and he will kill them all.
Yeah, or as what happened in my original playthrough, they'll kill him.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Well, that's not really good for Raven, since he's meant to be one of the quote, 10 best characters in the game.
Yeah. That does not bode well.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, this is why we have Florida and Oswin now sent down there. Cavalry reinforcements are gonna come down, and they will completely destroy the merchant tent if you're not careful.
Yeah, I found that on my purse playthrough too.
Oh, I think I was the same, but anyway, we now get we now get to see the Priscilla recruit Raven, and once again he's Sasuke, because it's basically revealed that these two are siblings, and Priscilla came down out to try and find out what happened to Raven and her parents, and it turns out Raven's avenging his parents' death.
Yep. It's interesting to find out what happens. It's interesting to find out further information. This is my point.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And, yeah, Raven's now doing this complicated plan where he's joining this group in order to get revenge on Hector, although nothing will ever come of it, so I don't know why they bothered.
And I'm looking at it, and if you just blocked out his hair and turned his eyes black, he would be Sasuke.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Oh, God, yeah. I can actually go into a whole other rant about Raven, but I'll save that for the next part of this chapter. Oh dear. And, yeah, Priscilla's decided to go along with it because, well, she's innocent, I suppose. Anyway, that was me, the Johnny Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader. Wow, I can't even escape Sasuke here.